I'm Fadi Hussain, and you're watching Uninformed News on Fadi Daily. And we are over in Pakistan today, my home country, with JD Vance and Jared Kushner. Kushner? What the fuck is Kushner doing there? Anyway, look, he is, if you don't know, one of the main guys who pushed for this war. And all he really is the son-in-law of Donald Trump, which is, anyway. I know who Donald Trump's wishes was the son-in-law of Donald Trump himself, because he's mentioned that many times, which is a very strange thing to say about your own daughter. But anyway, so JD Vance is there, and he went to close the deal, which came to a no deal. Let's hear from JD Vance, and let's get straight down to it and see what he has to say about their talks and how they went in Pakistan, which I kind of predicted.
We have been at it now for 21 hours, and we've had a number of substantive discussions.
Do we actually believe that they were there for 21 hours discussing?
Iranians, that's the good news. The bad news is that we have not reached an agreement, and I think that's bad news for Iran much more than it's bad news for the United States of America.
Hardly. Which country is suffering at the most? In this situation, the most? Well, there's a couple. There's a couple of countries. Closest to Iran. Of course, Iran is suffering. There's no denying it. So usually when there's a war, it's within the two countries. So it should actually just be Israel and Iran who are suffering from this war. America, remember where America is geographically from Iran? Across the other side of the world. It should not suffer. America has its own oil reserves. America has its own infrastructure. America has its own military. It doesn't borrow from nobody. It isn't controlled by anybody. No one has a hand in America. Not in the politics, not in the economy, not in anything. Okay? It has its own banking system. In fact, it actually pushes its banking system across the world. So if we were to say which country shouldn't suffer or wouldn't suffer from this war, you'd probably say America's a safe bet. But which country has suffered the most, being that it was that at the top, is America. It's undeniable. Undeniable. The whole reason these negotiations are happening is because America's suffering. And not just America. Americans are suffering. And they've had enough. They've had enough of Trump. So that is a straight up bullshit statement that America is suffering. America is suffering less than Iran. It's not. America shouldn't be suffering that much, I agree with. Iran is suffering, of course. Innocent people are getting slaughtered every single day. They are suffering. Israel is also suffering from this. They're getting hit non-stop. Saudi are suffering from this. UAE are suffering from this. Oman are suffering from this. So many other countries that are suffering that is collateral in a sense. So when he says that Iran is suffering, right, but are they suffering more than America? I don't think the American people would agree with that.
Okay. The simple fact is that we need to see an affirmative commitment that they will not seek a nuclear weapon, and they will not seek the tools that would enable them to quickly achieve a nuclear weapon.
Let's just go down the nuclear weapon route for a second, okay? When Trump got elected, he attacked one of their main generals in Iran. If they had a nuclear weapon at that time, if they had one, they developed one, and they was going to ever use one, you would use it right then. Because it's of course, it's like you are avenging a loss almost, or you are retaliating to a threat. How much more of a threat would Iran need, okay, if not that? So hear me out for a second. You got threatened, one of the high-up generals got killed. Did Iran use the nuclear weapon that they supposedly had or don't have? They didn't. Okay, let's go one further. Khomeini, as they call it, yeah? Khomeini, yeah? Khomeini got assassinated by Israel and America. Did they use the nuclear weapon that they supposedly have? Did they use it? If there was ever a time, just think about this. You are Iran right now, yeah? You're Iran. And you are wish death to America and all that kind of stuff that these guys say, which they probably do. But of course, they're going to have every right to say because they've only been getting bombed for God knows how long. You're Iran. And you're thinking, bitch, do something because I want to start. I've got a nuclear weapon right here, a warhead, ready, loaded, in the chamber. I want to use it. But I don't want the world to think that we are warmongers, so please hit us first so we can hit you. what would you say they're waiting for more than taking out the supreme leader? Like, where do we go next? Like, what has America got to do to poke the bear even more to say, Iran, use your nuclear weapon? Is there anything? No, because they've done the ultimate. They've done the ultimate. They took out the leader. Done it. Finished it. Did they use the nuke? No. Did they use this nuke on Israel, which they could have very closely? They're very close range. We know that Iron Dome doesn't exist anymore. Chuck a couple of cluster bombs in there, overload the system, and firing the nuke. Very easily done. We all know this. It's not like I'm not a war general or anything to understand that you can overwhelm the system. There's only certain kind of missiles loaded in the chamber before it gets overwhelmed. That's it. And we know it. And I think it was like, they said the number was like 30 or 40. Once you go past 30 or 40, there's no more. There's not 100. There's not 1,000,000. So even if you fire in fake decoys, that decoy will then take, an interceptor will get hit, and then they can fire in the nuke. Did they do it? No. So as Americans, what do we learn? Well, I'm not American, but as Americans, what would you learn from American? You'd think, well, hang on a minute. If we did the worst to them and they didn't retaliate, maybe our best interest right now is to say they don't want to nuke us. They haven't got the power to nuke us. And maybe we should just stay away. Let's just focus on America first. Let's focus on Israel first. Let's do whatever. Oh, I don't agree with Israel first at all, not one bit. But let's just say, for this argument, focus on that. You guys focus on your shit. You guys focus on this shit, because Iran are not a threat. They're not a threat. You're fighting somebody, right? And there's many laws that if someone attacks you, you can hit them back. Okay, because you feel threatened. Imagine you cut their arm off, and then you hit them afterwards, and they don't do anything back to you. Are they still a threat? No, it wouldn't hold up. You chop their arm off. Are they still a threat? They don't do anything back to you. You've chopped their leg off, they chop their arm off. They're kind of still a threat. Are they still a threat? No. America have taken their head off, and Iran technically didn't do anything back to America. So now, as somebody from the UK or from America, you sit there and you're outside the government and you're just a normal guy, you're just chilling, you're thinking, hang on a minute, I don't think they are actually a threat. I don't think they're going to do anything. I think we did the worst to them that we could possibly do. And the best thing for us to do now is say, listen, we're sorry. Let us focus on our country. Here's the deal. Here's the deal, right? Here is the deal. We will move all our military bases out of the Middle East. We're going to go home. You guys carry on with your shit. If you want to build nuclear warheads, weapons, uranium, whatever you want to do, crack on with it, because Israel are doing exactly the same. Pakistan have got the same. India have got the same. Pakistan. There's North Korea have got the same. They're not exactly on talking terms with North Korea. There's no threat from North Korea, just like there would be no threat from Iran if they just left everyone alone. The whole world just wants to get on with their own shit. That's the reality. Let's continue.
Core goal of the President of the United States, and that's what we've tried to achieve through these negotiations. I think that we were quite flexible, we were quite accommodating. The President told us, you need to come here in good faith and make your best effort to get a deal. We did that, and unfortunately we weren't able to make any headway.
مد نظر داشت پیچیدگی موضوعات و پیچیدگی شرایط بود. بعضی از موضوعات جدید این دفعه به موضوع مذاکرات اضافه شد، مثل موضوع تنگه هرمز یا منطقه. خب اینها خودش شرایط، ویژگی ها و مقتضیات خود.
Look, it's very simple what they're saying. Of course, it's a Channel 4 news. They're going to be a little bit biased. They never said anything. They've just not shown the whole argument on what that guy was trying to say. What Iran are wanting back now is a worse situation than America were in the first place, but they put themselves there. Plain and simple. The bully got bullied. And it's very satisfying to see that the bully gets bullied. This is human nature. Human nature, we all see it. We see the YouTube videos, we see Instagram videos, a bully's bullying someone, all of a sudden that guy gets smacked in the teeth, and it's very satisfying to watch. That is what's happened with America.